Legend of West Lake. West Lake was originally just a common name for the lake in the northwest of the capital. It's been called West Lake forever. In folklore, West Lake is also known as Golden Buffalo Lake and also has another name, Dam Dam, Foggy Lagoon. According to Mr. Bowie van Nguyen's research document in Views of West Lake, published in 1978, the name Dam Dam was still used until 1573, Tran and Li dynasties. When King Le the Tong ascended the throne, people avoided calling the lake Dam Dam, because the king's nickname was Dewey Dam, and instead called it West Lake. The book, Te Ho Chi, also records, West Lake existed from the reign of King Hung. At that time, this place was a wharf next to the Red River, belonging to Lam Ap Cave, so it was called Lam Ap Wharf of Longdu Village. Until the Hai Ba Trung period, this wharf connected to the Red River. Around Lam Ap Wharf is a dense ironwood forest with many caves. Local elders also said that when fishing, they sometimes salvage ironwood logs in sediment form. Geographically, West Lake is an exogenous lake, shaped like a basin. The lake was formed mainly due to the erosion of the Red River. But in folklore, there are many legends about the formation of West Lake. The legend of Golden Buffalo Lake recounts that, during the Li dynasty, in our country, Nguyen Minh Kong went to China to treat the son of the Song king. When the prince recovered from his illness, King Song returned the favor by allowing Minh Kong to enter the treasure trove to choose items as he liked and take as many as he wanted. Minh Kong allowed him to only take black copper, because black copper was considered the mother of gold, and put it all in a bag to bring to King Li. The king ordered that black bronze to be cast into a bell. Once the bell is cast, take it out to try it out. The bell rang as far away as China. Hearing the bell ringing, the yellow buffalo on that side jumped up and ran towards the place where the bell came from. Arriving at the forest north of Thang Long Citadel, the bell rang silent. The yellow buffalo lost its direction, rushed out to search and trampled the entire forest, while the land sank into a lake. The places where buffaloes turned into rivers that today have relics are the Kim Nuu River. The king ordered both the bell and the golden buffalo to be thrown into the lake to keep the buffalo from rising. And that lake is today's West Lake. Legend also says that if someone gives birth to 10 sons, they can go to the lake to call the golden buffalo back. One time, someone came and called the yellow buffalo out of the water and led it to shore. Suddenly, the rope broke and the yellow buffalo immediately entered a nearby cave. There, people built a temple called Kim Nuu Temple on the way to the current Te Ho Palace. Later I learned that the person who called buffalo only had 9 biological sons and 1 adopted son. Another legend says that, in the past, in Tan Vien Rocky Mountain, there was a cave where a 9-tailed fox used to make trouble and harm people. Seeing this, God ordered the Dragon King to offer water to destroy the fox's den. The 9-tailed fox ran away. The Dragon King's navy chased after the fox. The place where the foxes were slaughtered became a deep lagoon called Fox Corpse Lagoon, which today is called West Lake. In the Xuan Din area, there is still a fox village. Perhaps this place is related to the legend of Fox Corpse Lagoon. Folk also say, in the past, Tran Vu was a talented man who had the merit of eliminating demons and defeating enemies many times, but refused to become an official. He just wanted to become a monk for 9 or 10 lifetimes to become a Buddha. The reason for practicing for 10 generations is also passed down by people. Through many trials, he was once punished by Buddha for not daring to give birth to a woman he met on the street. He was told by Buddha that his spiritual practice was not high enough, so he avoided difficulties and forced Tran Vu to practice for another life. He intended to be discouraged, but the reality of life and the people he met strengthened his patience. He continued to practice to become a person with both high morality and super high magic, and later he was one of the 4 gods of Hanoi. At that time, in the north, there was a leprous Mrs. Hoang. No one else. Curable. The king sent someone to pray for a good doctor to treat him. Tran Vu was invited for treatment and cured. When the king gave a reward, he did not receive anything but asked for black coins. Because of magic, the king lost a lot of black coins into Tran Vu's small bag. The king ordered that no one could carry him, let alone Tran Vu. He used his hat as a boat to carry black copper back to the country to cast bells. The next story is similar to the legend of Golden Buffalo Lake mentioned above. The 9-tailed fox demon still appears from time to harm the people, so everyone prays to Saint Tran Vu to banish the demon. The saint ordered him to make a boat and a set of very durable ropes. The saint tied himself to the end of the rope and dived into the lake. The goblin swallowed the saint into his stomach. The saint pulled the rope for the villagers to pull him up and used a sharp knife to cut open the goblin's stomach to release the saint. After everything was finished, one evening, on the way home, he met a girl who asked to take shelter from the rain. At night, the girl had a serious stomachache, and the saint tried his best. Finally, the saint remembered the tradition: if you have a stomach ache, use the stomach as a compress. If you can't get better, patchouli and ginger. Buddha appeared and thought that the saint was still worldly. Being unjustly wronged, the saint cut open his stomach and took out his intestines and liver and threw them everywhere. It was only later that the saint was reviewed by Buddha and allowed her to practice successfully. His intestines were thrown into the lake of Bok Exa Citadel, now in Quang Ba area, stomach of the holy city of Kim Kai, now in Tay Ho village. These 2 animals became goblins and killed villagers, their bones piled up, where Chu Van An School is today. God sent saints to eliminate love. The golden turtle saint stepped under his feet, while the white snake saint wrapped around the other side. Since then, people living along West Lake have been able to do business in peace. West Lake and Truck Bok Lake were once just one. Because West Lake is so big, the people of 3 villages, Truck Yen, Yen Phu, and Yen Quang, built a dike across it to keep the fish on their side. That dike has now become Ton 9 Street. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.